Hey there, and welcome to our explainer. So, what if I told you that the biggest force shaping your life, it isn't some big external thing, but actually two little words you say to yourself every single day? Today, we're diving into how the phrase I am can be an incredible tool you can use to really change your life.
No, really, think about that for a second. What if two simple words, I am, could totally shift your perspective, your confidence, and even the reality you experience day to day? It sounds kind of out there, right? But that's the powerful idea we're going to explore today.
So what are we actually talking about here? And look, let's be clear. This isn't just wishful thinking, you know? It's not about pretending problems aren't there. We're talking about affirmations, a practice where you deliberately declare a positive statement as if it's already true. The whole point is to kind of sneak past our own conscious doubts and get right to the subconscious mind, to basically overwrite those old, limiting stories that we all have playing on a loop.
Okay, so to really unpack this, we've broken it down into a bit of a journey for you. We'll kick things off with the absolute foundation, your self-worth. Then we'll see how that builds into finding inner peace, making deeper connections, and finally, living a life with purpose.
All right, so first up, let's talk about the foundation of everything, self-worth. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. Before you can even think about changing your outside world, you've got to work on your inner world. It's all about building that solid bedrock of just accepting and loving yourself.
We all have it, right? You know the one. That little voice inside your head that's just a master at telling you you're not good enough or smart enough or whatever enough it is that day. I mean, this inner critic can be absolutely relentless. It just replays this greatest hits album of our biggest doubts and limitations. And that is the exact programming we're trying to counteract with these affirmations.
And we start with what might just be the most powerful affirmation there is. Just three simple words. I am enough. Notice, it's not I'll be enough when or I could be enough if. Nope, it's right here, right now. I am enough.
Okay, and this one? It builds right on top of that foundation. It's about making a conscious choice to look in the mirror and see past all those things you think are flaws, to see the whole you, and just offer up some love and acceptance. I love the person I see in the mirror.
So what are we actually trying to do here? What's the end game of this practice? You're not just mindlessly repeating words. You're actively fighting back against that negative self-talk. You're learning to accept yourself deeply, and you're starting to recognize your own inherent value. It's all about training your brain to finally believe that you are absolutely worthy of love.
This slide shows you exactly how this works. It's like a direct swap. So you catch yourself thinking that limiting belief, right? Like, I can't handle this uncertainty. And then you consciously, deliberately replace it with something empowering. You're not pretending the uncertainty is gone. You're just totally changing your relationship with it. Okay, so once you start building that strong foundation of self-worth, the next logical step is finding some inner peace. It's really about taking all that chaos inside and just learning how to quiet the noise.
You know, a massive source of that inner noise, it comes from our need to control everything. We want to manage every tiny detail, predict every single outcome, and make sure there are no surprises. But, well, life just doesn't work that way, does it? And that constant fight, that's a one-way ticket to stress and anxiety.
And this, right here, this is the antidote. This affirmation isn't about being a pushover. It's actually an act of power. It's about knowing what you can't control and choosing to let go. And in that moment of release, that surrender, that's where you make room for peace to come in. Seriously, think about it. Peace and fear, they're like oil and water. They just can't exist in the same space at the same time. So when you actively work on creating a peaceful mindset, you're automatically pushing fear out. You're not even fighting the fear directly. You're just filling up your mind with so much peace that there's literally no room left for it. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we bring this peace into our daily lives? It really all starts with a change in your mindset. It's about embracing simplicity, using your breath as a tool to find balance, and just consciously letting go of that need for control. At the end of the day, you realize that peace isn't some destination you have to find. It's something you have to actively create for yourself in every single moment. All right, so we've built our foundation of self-worth. We started to find some inner peace. So now, let's turn our attention outward. How does all this inner work affect our relationships with other people? This next part is all about building deeper connections by growing love first inside and then letting it shine out.
Look, we've all been hurt, right? Our past experiences can leave some serious scars. That fear of getting hurt again, those memories, they can make us put up these emotional walls around ourselves. And we think those walls are protecting us, but really, a lot of the time they're just isolating us. They're keeping out the very thing we want most, real love.
In this next one, this is so important. It's not about waiting around for someone else to tell you you're worthy. It's about creating so much love for yourself that you basically become a magnet for it. When you truly love and accept yourself, you naturally start to lower those walls. You're sending a signal out to the world and to everyone around you that you're ready. You're open to receiving real love.
This one gets right to the core of what you deserve. You're not begging for scraps of affection here. You are declaring loud and clear that you are worthy of the whole deal, a real partnership built on genuine love and mutual respect. Saying this to yourself helps you set that standard high and refuse to settle for anything less.
So this basically lays out the roadmap for our relationships. The whole idea here is to help you dismantle that fear of getting close to someone, which lets you consciously open your heart. And hey, this isn't just about finding some perfect partner in the future. It's also about appreciating the amazing people you already have in your life right now and just aligning your energy to attract the kind of connections you truly deserve.
Okay, we've laid the groundwork, we've found our peace, we've opened our hearts. That brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, living your purpose. This is where all that inner work comes together. It's where you start to share your unique gifts and your energy with the world.
I know, finding your purpose can sound like this huge, intimidating thing, right? But you can actually break it down into real actionable steps. It all starts with trusting that little voice inside you. Then it's about having the guts to follow your heart and see where it leads. From there, you just start offering whatever your unique gifts are to the world. And then, maybe the most important step of all, you just start. You take that one small first step today. And that leads us to what might be the ultimate affirmation of personal power. I am the creator of my world. It's realizing you're not just a passenger in your own life, a victim of circumstance. No way. You're the architect. You're the artist. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, those are the tools you're using to build your reality, brick by brick.
And really, that brings us to the core message of this whole explainer. Your internal monologue, it's not just background noise. Those words have real energy. They have power. They are the actual building blocks you're using, whether you know it or not, to construct the life you're living right now.
So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final, powerful question to think about. Knowing everything we've talked about, knowing the incredible power of your words, and especially the power of I am, what story are you going to tell yourself starting today?